Yeah, and the Lakers, playing without LeBron James, Dennis Schroeder, and Caitlin Horton-Tucker, have apparently lost Anthony Davis.
If they don't have help, they're going to be in trouble.
Davis twisted an ankle up against the scorer's table, and he's been in the back in the locker room ever since.
People should be really concerned about this Lakers team. We're talking so much about the Nets, but the real concern has to be the Lakers.
Lakers play tonight against the Trailblazers, 10 Eastern on ESPN. When you wake up on Saturday morning, you could look at the standings, and the Lakers could be in the 7-10 bracket all of a sudden.
You know what this is setting up for? Neither the Lakers nor the Nets winning it, but the Philadelphia 76ers.
Like this, would this
it's
be that
setting
year?
it up for Philly.
Well, that's interesting you say that
Marcus
because
sets you up for a heartbreak where they think they're going to win it, and all of a sudden it doesn't
Philly
happen.
heartbreak.
listen to Mike Breen, the voice of the NBA. He was on my show, Bart and Hahn, and he discussed that there is really more than just one or two teams that can win it this year.
If you go to the West, Phoenix and Utah absolutely have a chance to win the whole thing. Because I think the Clippers and the Lakers have kind of come back down to earth a little bit for various reasons. Circumstances of this season are part of that. I think Denver has a chance to win the whole thing. So right there, that's 5 teams in the West. And in the East, I think all 3 at the top have a legitimate chance to win the whole thing, Philly, Brooklyn, and Milwaukee. But I think those 8 teams have what it takes, if healthy, to win the whole thing.
8 teams, when healthy being, of course, the caveat. You guys want to play a game?
Sure.
Absolutely.
I think it's a good time in the morning for a game. Let's play a game. Let's call this house money. I'm going to give everybody $20. I know I'm a big spender. $20, and you can put.
Yeah, why y'all only getting 20 though?
Well, what do you want me to give you? 100?
No,
It's like 100.
He got
20 just
100.
keeps
He
the
got
math
that.
easier.
Okay, let's do 20.
Like $20. All right. So we each get 20, and you could spend it any way you want. Put your money down to win the championship on any team in the NBA. You could put all of it down on one. You could break it up on different teams. Should I guess, Key, where you're going with your 20?
Yeah, you should guess. Take a guess.
You're putting all 20
All
on the
20
Lakers?
on the Lakers.
I'm not putting all 20 on the Lakers.
No, you're not.
No.
All right. Well,
Smart. I'm proud of you.
do you already have your
I know
division
I'm
yet?
gonna,
All right,
I'm gonna
go.
put 15 on the Lakers
Ooh, jeez.
and 5 on the Clippers.
Come on,
So
man.
it's coming out of LA no matter what.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing that.
15
I'm
and
doing
5.
that.
We'll see how your
I'm
money is.
doing that.
Now we got the odds. I think the
And I'm
latest
not even
odds.
a Clipper fan, but I'm doing that.
Jay, give us how are you breaking it down? I want to find the odds so we can see just what Keyshawn will win or lose.
I got $8 on the 76ers.
8. Okay.
I got $8 on the 76ers. I got $5 on the Lakers. Still giving
Okay.
them hope,
That's fine.
Right.
right? All right. I got 4 on the Utah Jazz.
Look at you just spreading it out. That's you're basically saying a lot of teams have a chance
Yeah, well, a lot of teams do,
here. Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So what I had 4. I got 3. I'll go 3 left on the Nets.
And say that. What do you got
Yeah,
on
we
the
only
Nets?
putting $3 on the Nets? So you don't believe in the Nets anymore?
I believe in the Nets, but as of right now, man, it's just
All right,
not
the Nets.
playing well.
Nets are plus 200 right now. This is the latest from William Hill, Caesars. They're plus 200. Lakers plus 375. Clippers plus 550. Jazz plus 750. Bucks also 750. Sixers plus 1200. Suns 1600.
That's why I take the 76ers.
right.
I'm going to get a big return.
Them 3 at the top, I jumped in front with Philly, bumped down Utah and the Bucks. I just can't mess with Giannis like that.
But here's my thing. If you're dealing with injuries with both the Nets and the Lakers,
Well, it's- yeah, I
don't
lose.
get it. Like Utah and
What
Phoenix
you know
are
right
good
now.
teams.
But what you know right now, that's where you're putting your money. So you know about the injuries. You know about LeBron and AD. You know about
That's what I'm saying.
you know,
But I
everybody.
believe and I think, and I'm hoping.
Damn. I believe, I think, and I'm
think,
hoping, and I'm
hope.
praying, and I'm kneeling on.
that
Please.
the injuries are just something for now. That's what I'm like.
I don't see a high ankle
I gotta
sprain as an injury
believe-
for now.
Who's high ankle sprain?
That's a great
Because
question.
we got like 2 ankles going, one with LeBron and potentially one with AD,
And a
who's
back.
going to play tonight.
It's his neck and his back.
May play tonight. So when I look at that, I'm hoping, praying that LeBron is just kind of nursing the injury so he could get back, whether it's 6th seed or play-in, that he will just be fine. That's what I'm hoping. And I'm hoping the thing with AD just happened to be a shock to his system when he rolled his ankle last night and jammed his back.
And just everything locked up.
And everything locked up, that just happened yesterday, and that's pretty much it. That's what I'm hoping.
You see, I have a lot more I should flip that. I should put 5 on the Nets and then 3 on the Lakers because I have a lot more confidence in the Nets getting back.
You changing
to
your
healthy.
bet?
Yeah, I'd like
Right.
to change that.
3 on the Lakers.
Because just the health-wise for the Nets, getting
5
James
on the
Harden
Nets.
back is a lot better. Yes, your eyebrows look good. I see you going like that with your eyebrows. They look
So
clean.
that means you're putting more money down on the Jazz.
I'm just, man, it's coming out of the West because they play like a team. And I don't know if LeBron, I don't know if he's going to be at full health or coming out that ankle. I don't know about AD. And I understand the Clippers look good, but sometimes I'm like,
Let me ask you this, though, Jay. And it may be crazy for me to ask, but I'm going to ask it. When you get off that bus, though, and you walk into that Staples Center, and you see AD, you see LeBron, you see the bench, and you see everything up in the Raptors, does that, a team like a Utah, does that somehow make them think, oh, man, we can't.
no.
Like this team,
I think
man,
it's the
LeBron.
opposite. I think right now for the Lakers, considering, like, think about it, like LeBron James, King James, won a championship last year, got AD to come to LA, force his way out of New Orleans, right? I think teams like Utah and Phoenix, the way they think, that underdog mentality, they smell blood in the water. Like sharks coming into the Staples Center.
Yeah.
Like, I want that.
Let me get this pelt.
Let me get that.
this
I'm
pelt.
gonna run through you.
Yep.
Because everybody doubts him.
But they can't run through us to the 7-game series like that. This is not.
But you're hurt, Key.
Yeah, but we going to get healthy.
Yeah, but you know
You
what,
don't have
though?
too long to get healthy, brother.
Yeah. Magic Johnson's not walking through that door.
No, but
You
we're
don't have.
gonna-
You have 2
You're still
weeks
playing
to get
this
healthy.
Laker team with
But
that bench.
talk about injuries compounding
For
it.
all we know, that dude is healthy. For all we know.
Who?
King James. For all we know.
It could be.
For all we know.
He could be. I'm not betting.
When
I
I
mean,
say
If he is, he'd
healthy,
be playing tonight.
yeah, not necessarily.
Really? So we're okay. You think he wants between a week off and playing in a winner-take-all game? He'd rather take the right. He'd
Okay,
rather
so
play.
here's what
I'm
I'm
gonna
say.
take tonight off instead. No,
what
I need to win this game tonight.
Coach, what I'll say, Coach, is when I say healthy enough to play tonight if I needed to, but I don't want to re-aggravate it. I'd rather take the time. I'd rather take the time to continue to heal.
But here's the
if
crazy-
it was dire need, I can play. That's what I when I
Here's
say
the crazy
healthy.
thing with a high
Yeah,
ankle
okay,
sprain. Even if you take another week after you re-aggravated it, what? Like I know I can't even say re-aggravated.
It just takes one kick.
It takes one
No,
kick,
it does.
man. It
Ooh, it
takes
hurts.
one tweak.
Ooh, it
Look at
hurts.
it. Look what happened to AD. Shooting a contested jump shot, backing away.
That was clumsy.
The
Be
back
more
of
of
his
an
heel
athlete, AD.
literally hit the bottom of the scores table, springed it.
Yeah.
Like that's how easy it would be for LeBron to re-aggravate his ankle.
I agree. Does anybody
That
care
easy.
about where I'm putting my money?
No, I would love to know.
$15
Not on the Knicks. I bet you don't put
I
any
did not-
money on the Knicks.
No, why would I do that? They're not
'Cause
ready
that's
for
your
this.
squad.
Yeah, but they're not ready for this. I'm putting $10 on the Nets.
Okay.
10 of the 20 is going on the Nets.
Okay.
All right. It's setting up for them. I will put 5 on the Lakers because of LeBron James and that factor. 3 on the Clippers. I don't see it.
Can I tell you why I believe in Philly? I just think Philly has the right matchups.
I would love to see it.
right
I think it would be a
matchups for the
physical
Nets.
series. Could be fun. I'm just saying,
Matisse Thybulle,
who
Ben
do I
Simmons.
trust in a big spot? Ben Simmons to make a shot, Embiid
No.
to make a shot, or
But
KD,
hell no.
Kyrie,
I
James
agree.
Harden.
I
James
agree.
Harden, yeah.
But I still think with all those guys and having like it's not KD is fine his rhythm, but still like KD was just injured last year.
Yeah, but KD got
James,
buckets,
KD's.
though, man.
I hear. I'm just telling. I'm giving you all the facts so you can make your own assessment. James Harden has that hamstring. Like he's been out for a minute. There's a reason why he's been out for a minute.
I think this is a good investment.
But let me ask you this though. He's been out for a minute, but
you
could
can
it
just
be?
ask me.
Well, I don't want to. I said, let me ask you. I like saying that.
Just it prefaces. Why do you ask a question before you ask a question? Just ask a question.
Whatever.
The little things that you guys
But
say,
this
man.
dude's always trying to bully me. It makes no. It's ridiculous.
Don't label me as the bully.
He's just trying to edit you. That's all. It's like
Anyway.
that's unnecessary phrase. Like
It
you
doesn't.
didn't
Let
need
me
that.
ask you this though. So
Be more efficient.
Then he does it
if
again.
you are James Harden and you have a hamstring injury and you still got the knot in there and it's maybe a smaller or whatever, why wouldn't you just milk it?
Yeah, you
until-
could do that.
Yeah, why not?
Because my thing is like you do want to find some, and this is what makes me think it's more serious than what we're hearing.
Yes.
you think about this, Key, like as you getting ready for the playoffs, like you want to ramp up. You just don't want to come into the playoffs cold.
But
flat and be like, oh, now I'm here.
He's shown me, and I think he's shown you and other people that I can be in a fat suit in Houston and look like a just gross. And then I come to Brooklyn and I'm getting buckets after buckets after buckets when I really wasn't doing nothing in Houston before I got traded.
True.
So why couldn't he do the same thing? Because he seems like he's a light switch guy like KD and Kyrie to me. What I mean by light switch guy, he could just go boom, boom, turn on the light switch and go.
But I just would like to see that because the last game he played was April 5th. April 5th was the last game he's played.
So what he
played
did,
5 minutes.
So
5 minutes.
So what he did from Houston to Brooklyn doesn't convince you?
No, because he was still working out. He was working this summer. I mean, look, he put on weight because he got out. But
he just looked bad.
I know he looked bad, but I'm telling you, this summer, him, KD, and Kyrie were balling every day in LA.
Every day in LA.
Training. So my thing is, like, yeah, he's training now to a degree, but you have a month off, like before the playoffs.
I don't know. I go through this in football. I go through this in football with people all the time. Guys like that, and I was one of those type of players, and I've watched guys that could just turn on the light switch anytime they want to. I think watching KD and watching Kyrie and as well as James Harden, and you know them more than I do, and you know basketball way better than me, it just seemed like they light switch guys.
I agree with you. They are, but chemistry matters. Chemistry matters. Familiarity matters.
This is so like, how much familiarity do they need?
But don't you think?
No, I'm on the same page. But it's been 7 games though they played together.
Check this out though.
But hang on. This is a conversation we can certainly get back to. This is the fun part though about this season. You got to admit is that it is kind of feels more open. There isn't that given winner, and there's all different caveats to everybody who you think can win it. So. We'll play this game with you, 888-ESPN, 888-729-3776. If I gave you $20, where are you putting your money on the contenders in the NBA? Keyshawn, J. Will Zubin, presented by Progressive Insurance. Tuck yourself in with host Nate Burleson and guests Justin Fields, Najee Harris, and Jamar Chase in the new Progressive YouTube series Up All Night. The conversation is honest, the beds are small, the read is weird, and the snuggle is real. I'm uncomfortable. Watch every episode of Up All Night exclusively on youtube.com/progressive. All right, someone who's played with Aaron Rodgers tells us how Green Bay can fix this quarterback mess. That is after SportsCenter.
Ronald moves to his left off of a couple of screens. Driving left, whip it to the near side corner. It's a 3 for Beverly, and it's good. Patrick Beverly from downtown. The rain keeps falling, and it's 89-65. L.A. in front of L.A.
That was the call on AM 570 LA Sports as the Clippers beat the Lakers 118-94. The Lakers lose the game. They also lose Anthony